Hi, I'm Laura, the founder of Bottiful Home, and I'm so excited about today's video. Today, we are continuing our discussion on this new tissue dispenser that I am trying to develop for you. So today's video is going to focus on the function. You're not going to be able to see an actual design of the product yet. I don't have the design. Later this week though, do look forward. I do have some sketches of some potential options. After we have today's discussion, you'll have a little bit more information to be able to look at those sketches and translate them and know what they mean. So today we are focusing on the function of this new dispenser that I'm designing. But I do need your feedback, so please watch the video all the way through because I have some very specific questions for you that I'm going to need your feedback on in order to get this right and get it so that it works in your environment, okay? So my idea for this vase, which I'm calling it a vase because I'm basically designing this to look more like a vase than a big old square on your counter. And the vase that I am using as an example today is this one, and only because it is about the same size as one of the square tissue boxes, okay? It's a little bit slimmer, in fact, which is good as well. But this is not going to be the final design of the dispenser, but I'm using it as a visual for you to try and help you get closer to what this is going to function like. So basically what I would do is design anything that's sort of like this. It's rounder and wider at the bottom, and then has like a fluted opening like this so that the dispensing of the tissues is simple. Now, the actual function is going to be designed later, but right now we're coming up with the visual design. And so working into how is it going to dispense every tissue correctly, that's going to come later down the line. So today we're not worrying about that. Today we're talking about how is this going to function. So my idea is to take basically the shape of a basic vase and make a cut line where it twists open so that you can fill it. Now, the line where it opens could be somewhere near the bottom, it could be in the middle, it could be near the top. That part is not determined yet. That will be determined based on what is the easiest once we get the design made. So imagine taking something about this shape and size and having a cut line where you could twist the top off or the bottom off, and you could take an entire stack of tissues and stick it inside and fill it and dispense them from the top. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. And I don't know if you've ever opened a box of tissues before, but if you haven't, I'm going to show you real quick how easy I think that this would be. So you would take your box of tissues. This particular one opens from the side, and from the side you can see that they're just in there folded and ready to dispense from the top. So you would just you would open your box of tissues that you buy, and you would just take this entire stack of tissues out, and imagine that this vase has a split line somewhere where you can twist off the top or the bottom. You would stick the tissues in, put the top back on, and then your tissues would dispense from the top here. And so it would look something like this on your countertop. Now this is a blue vase, so I'm not making blue. I'm going to be using something that's a little bit more neutral, at least in the beginning. And so it would look something like this on your countertop. It will have a different design, so don't get stuck with this shape and size even. But that's the idea. A twist off piece where you can just fill an entire stack of tissues. You don't have to mess with them. You don't have to do anything to them. You just pull them out of the box. You plop them into the what I'm calling right now tissue vase, and you stick the first one up through the top, and then you just continue to dispense, and it looks like a piece of decor on your countertop instead of a big ugly box. So I need to get your feedback on this because there are a couple of things that I have some options with that my engineers came up with and I thought was a really great idea to put in front of you and see if you liked it. So one option that I have is that I could take this basic structure and create an inner portion where you would actually stick the tissues, but have an outside portion that you could see through and you could fill with something like flower petals or gems or rocks, river rocks or feathers or anything that you like that you could see through the outside to create kind of a personalized designer effect on the outside. But then the inside reservoir would hold the actual tissues, so you would never have the tissues touching the item that you filled for designer purposes. Is that something that you would enjoy? Would you prefer to have something where you could fill it and you could put cool things in there that maybe change with your changing decor? Or would you just like to buy something that just looks, you know, like that? Like say this was a solid color and you couldn't see through it and the top twisted off and you knew that your tissues were in there because you have one sticking out of the top. Would you rather have kind of a solid one piece where it has one function and that is to look beautiful on your counter while it dispenses tissues? Or would you like this outer section where you could fill it with something that was more personalized to you and to your decor in that particular room that you set it in? So that's question number one, okay? Which would you prefer to have? Please comment below down there in the section that says comments. Please tell me which way you prefer, fillable or not fillable. And fillable means you're putting your own item in it, not they're all going to have tissues in them. The other question I have is, I'll be making this item primarily out of plastic. Now, don't get scared. It's not going to look cheap. It's going to look very beautiful, but for many reasons, it'll be primarily plastic. But I am also looking into adding some metallic features to it, and particularly the base. I intend to have on the bottom of it, I intend to have a separate section that's of a weighted base so that it stays firmly on your counter, even if you're, you know, tugging pretty good on that tissue to get it out of there. So I'm looking at adding some metallic features, and I'd really like you to tell me which metallic color is your favorite right now. Okay, metallics change all the time. You know, many years ago, gold, shiny polished gold was a thing, and then it went out of style, and now some gold is actually coming back into style, and a lot of times it's more brushed or matte. But I need to know what's your favorite metallic that you're leaning towards right now: silver, gold, rose gold, bronze, pewter, and then either brushed, polished, or matte. Those are some other options as well. So any metallic with any finish. And I know we're going to get answers all over the board, but I'd really just love to know what direction are people leaning toward right now, because I'm probably only going to be able to offer one design and one option in the beginning, because I'm trying to bootstrap this product. And so I need to be able to make sure that it appeals to as many people as possible. So you tell me, what goes with your decor? What would you love to have, let's just say in your master bathroom? Let's just start there. What would go well? Which metallic and which kind of finish do you prefer? And so again, just to sum up how this will function, just so you have an idea, again, it will be a basic shape of a vase. You're not going to use the tissue box at all. You're going to open your tissue box as soon as you get it and take that whole stack of tissues out. You'll recycle your tissue box or whatever you normally do with it when you're done with it anyway. And you'll take that whole stack of tissues, open this vase, set it in, put the top one through the top, and then this will set on your counter, and it'll look like a beautiful piece of decor, and it'll dispense properly to the very last tissue and be weighted so that it doesn't move around on you as well. And I'm going to be using as much vertical space as possible with this instead of horizontal space, because I'm trying to save space on the countertop as well. So Give me your feedback. Let me know, what do you like about this? Are you excited to come on this journey with me? Because I'm so excited to have you. I really need your feedback because this is being designed for you. And I know what I would put in my bathroom, but I don't know what you would put in yours. So let me know. I really look forward to hearing back from you. And in a couple of days, I'm going to put out another video where I'm going to show you some sketches of some options. And I have some sketches of both the fillable option and the non-fillable option. So remember, tell me below. Do you want to be able to put your own type of decor on the outside of this, you know, fillers, to be able to make this kind of more personalized? Or do you just want this to look like a designer piece that was made to just be used as is and function exactly properly, sitting on your countertop and look like a beautiful piece of decor all on its own without any further effort from you? Okay, so fillable or not fillable, and what metal would you prefer, and what finish? Okay, that's 3 different things. I know it's a lot to type in, but please do respond so that I can make this the best product that I possibly can. All right, and I will see you in a couple of days when we start talking sketches and further design options. I'll see you then.